Hi, I'm Kerry Blaser, the Divine Feminine, reincarnation of Mary Magdalene. Thank you for clicking on my clip. But I want to let you know that I have a free ebook linked below, my 6 Divine Feminine self-love strategies. They will help you transform your emotional wounds into personal wisdom. And I take a multidisciplinary approach. I include the laws of physics, psychology, neuroscience, shamanism, mysticism. I went wild, okay? So men can understand and women can understand. There's something there for everyone, because what I learned is when something's true, it's true in multiple places. All right, please like and subscribe and help me distribute my ebook to everyone for free by exploding my channel. Take care. Enjoy the clip. Bye. And JC, he was Mormon, like very Mormon. It's one of the reasons we couldn't be together in high school. His way of life was not compatible with who I was. And even though we loved each other and we just had this unspokenness between us, we couldn't be together because of our childhood trauma. Was I being punished because I wasn't Mormon? I was baptized Mormon.
A
The
country
churches
the
in
size of
Israel, yes, when the Puritans came to America, they saw America as the new Israel. Okay, so my last name is Bazaglo. My legal last name is Bazaglo. Blaser is my maiden name. So I know a lot about the history of the name Bazaglo, which is significant in Israel. The Bazaglos were exiled from, the Jews were exiled from Spain in 1492. Same year Christopher Columbus, right? Christopher Columbus had Jewish DNA, but he had that name because Jews hid in the population because they were being persecuted along with other Christians. Okay? And the Jews in Spain, in eastern Spain, they were there together with the Cathars from southern France. The Cathars in southern France is a religion made from the teachings of Mary Magdalene of inner authority, that self-love creates heaven on earth. That's the early Christians, the Gnostics. That's the ones that were suppressed. So they influenced the Jews, and then that developed into the Kabbalistic Judaism that was so prevalent, like Morocco and Israel, amongst the Buzaglos, because the Jews took on this last name Buzaglo to commemorate the event, meaning something like exiled and humiliated. And then the Buzaglos in Israel have been discriminated against forever. And there's studies done on it. There's like a study where they did Scantron tests, and the Buzaglo kid put the same answers as the Ashkenazi kid. The Buzaglo kid got 80, and the Ashkenazi, the European Jewish kid, got 100. Also, there's the Kabbalistic Jews, which are the Buzaglos, the Sephardic Jews, that believe that the Messiah is the divine feminine and divine masculine, two people together. Oh, the rabbinic Jews, like the Ashkenazi Jews, it's one masculine Messiah. So it's interesting that my last name is Buzaglo, aligning with the Kabbalistic Jews. In the last few years, like I started about 5 years ago, I started talking to the soul of my great-grandfather-in-law, who was the top Sephardic rabbi in Haifa. He kept talking about the Kabbalah, like, look into that, like, and giving me information. But I never looked into it until recently. Anyway, so this whole thing with Israel is pretty gnarly, and we attract what we are, and Israel attracts a lot of hate. Do they hate themselves because they killed the Messiah? They participated in the crucifixion in front of the divine feminine because Mary Magdalene was at the crucifixion. Why was the crucifixion on a Friday, which is the Sabbath, when the feminine is honored? And we don't think that they were punishing her too? Sophia, wisdom, Mary Magdalene. My soul's name is Sophia. Christ, knowledge. But then women couldn't talk. So Jesus had to talk. But they were still out of balance because Jesus was throwing tables over in the temple. Is that an emotionally regulated, mature man who's handling problems? Or is it emotionally out of control and he got himself killed? I mean, if he's so wise, why did he get himself killed at 33? We weren't there yet. It wasn't time to teach that self-love creates heaven on earth because we as a collective were not emotionally mature enough to handle it 2,000 years ago. Well, the time for self-healing started in 2012, and the Mayan calendar clocked that because the Mayan calendar looks at time cycles. So that when the time cycle of 2012 ended, before 2012, you'd go to somebody else for healing. It was codependent. After 2012, it's the time for self-healing.